Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here, and depending on whatever day you're watching this, this was videoed on Sunday, January 16th, with my son Thomas and myself. It was quite long. It was about a little over 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I've split this thing down so we talk about a number of things. So here's another segment of it. Enjoy if you wish, or skip around if you wish. Alrighty.
Hello. Well, I'm hanging out with Dad.
Hi, Kelly.
Dad says hi. Kelly says hello.
Hello, Kelly. Yes.
Oh, all right. Right now? All right, cool. Well, have fun. All right.
Yeah.
I love you.
Well, who wouldn't love Kelly? Shit.
Well, have fun bowling. Are you going to go back to the holiday lanes?
I love bowling.
I know. I like to bowl too. All right.
People shot at those bowling alleys there in California.
Bye. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
They had this hair flying out. How do I get this?
We tried to go bowling last night, and it was packed. So Carter was so upset that he didn't get to go bowling. Kelly's like, listen, I'll take you bowling tomorrow.
Has he been bowling before?
Oh, yeah, he loves to bowl.
Well, who wouldn't? When I was like, I'd be 13, 14, my mother would drive me up to Franklin to bowl.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I like to bowl. It's fun.
Yeah, that was nice of her to do that. That was very kind.
But,
I really enjoyed that. And it was completely empty because when we'd go up there, it was like 1:30 in the afternoon.
yeah, like no one there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to bowl.
I can still do it. This arm's the shitty arm. I can still
You
do
can
it.
still do it? There you go.
Yeah. I had 140 average before I took the bowling.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I forgot about that.
For phys at Ohio State, and ended up with a 98 average after they
made me change.
After they made me change my style.
Wait, you've ruined my average.
Well, that was in the Ohio Union, the old Ohio Union before they tore it down. Beautiful, Well, and Palm Marine had bowling lanes too. I never bowled in Palm Marine.
What's the Drake? The one on the river.
Oh yes, I have bowled there.
Yeah, I've actually bowled there.
And you could get pictures of beer there because they had a beer license.
Really?
Yes, they did.
Oh, they do. I know. Actually, they still do.
And when I discovered that was a nice, I'm going to bicycle down to the Drake Union.
Yeah.
And bowl.
Yeah.
I don't know who I don't know who I was telling it to. I was telling somebody.
We actually went bowling there one night.
Probably your mother.
Our senior year, we went bowling there one night for fun, for giggles.
They're fun.
Yeah.
Well, when I get depressed, I'd go. They had a little thing that overlooked the river. You could sit there, a little thing, and order pictures of beer, and then you could sit there and drink and get really depressed.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, that's good. You can sit there and drink and get really depressed.
Well, that's the way you handle problems. That's the way guys handle problems.
Sometimes you just need to have a good mope.
Yeah.
Or we.
Well, I mean, we spend so much time together in England doing this.
I tell you, this heater is cranking out.
Well, you only turn it off.
Yeah, you can turn one of them off.
Well, I'll turn it off. Well, I will. Here, scooch in here. I think you're right. You're quite right. Well, I don't think so. Since I've run around a lot less clothes than you do most days.
I was having one of my mostly undressed days.
Mostly undressed days. And
there we go.
Yeah, where we got it.
All right.
Oh, here, yeah. All right, so I'm on. This is reminiscent of being in the Radisson Blue there.
The Radisson Blue.
Oh.
Making a vid. Oh, we're getting some bad backlighting.
Well, that's your head. My head's lit fine.
Oh.
Well, you want to slide?
No,
You want to move around a bit?
No.
You sure?
This is great.
You sure?
Fun. Yeah. We should have been doing this from the beginning because you already told all your stories.
I know, but I know sometimes you can be hinky about that.
Hinky.
Well, yes, you can. And I thought, well, I'm just going to get this shit on down before he gets too hinky.
Before he gets too hinky. I don't have.
You're awful red on that one.
I'm red because it's 1,000 degrees in here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't have anything. We've
yeah, I knew he'd shut down.
We ruined the flow.
I know I'd shut down. Well, Tony Pincham might chime in.
Oh.
Do Skype here. Oh, he won't let us Skype. He won't let us record that.
I ordered my and I've received my my 3 pounds of 100% pure wildflower honey.
Oh, okay.
And I got 4
Oh, I thought, okay.
1 gallon fermenters. So I'm just gonna start off with a 1 gallon batch. So Tony Pincham, thank you, bud. He got me this book, How to Make Mead Like a Viking. Brew mead like a Viking. So I'm gonna make some mead like a Viking. Except I'm gonna use commercial yeast. I'm not gonna let the thing wild ferment.
Great.
So
Kill like a Viking. Do violence like a Viking. Well, I don't know. I mean, hell, 15% of me is Scandinavian.
no. Oh, that's right. You did one of those little DNA.
Yeah,
things.
so you ought to do that. It's $80, but it's worth it. It's fun.
So we're gonna make some mead.
Viking and 15 of that, and 52% Celtic.
I should get a mead horn. Like just drink mead out of a mead horn, and then we could go raiding.
22%
Could go raid the nearby village.
English, which basically means English, which means Saxon.
Yeah.
No Western Europe, no Central Europe.
No German.
12%. Well, you'd have some German.
I'd have
12% Eastern Europe, and of course the 2% Mediterranean, where all the action happened at the beginning. But,
Where all the action happened in the beginning. So, how much Celtic?
52%.
52%.
Yeah.
And then the other big chunk was Anglo-Saxon.
Well, Anglo-Saxon
Yeah.
would be English.
Yeah.
They call it English, 22%, and then 15% Scandinavian.
Huh.
12% Eastern Europe. I was actually impressed. There were a couple of places more than a couple of places on this trip where I thought, there are a lot of these guys that look kind of ethnically like Lowland Scots,
Mm-hmm.
and frankly like me. And that's interesting. That was before I'd done this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't know. I mean, I was just speculating on that without any.
What'd you do, like 23andMe or?
My Heritage.
Or the national. My Heritage.
My Heritage. Yeah.
Huh. Hmm.
Mm. And of course, they'll send you a partial match. I mean, if they get anything up around, between 0.5 and 7% match, because that's between third and fifth cousin. They'll send you their names. I mean, that's this isn't a complete database. And of course, they're all folks in their 60s and 70s who are interested in this kind of stuff.
Right.
I haven't recognized any names, but I wouldn't expect to. Be interesting. I'm very surprised that. Well, no, I'm not actually, but I'm surprised that much Celtic.
I actually am too. I'm curious. I'd be curious to see where I come out
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing the National Geographic one. It's
Yeah.
kind of same kind of thing now. Same concept. But they're collecting some sort of big monster sort of like research or a database so they can see how people have
Well,
migrated.
this outfit is too. I'm sure
Yeah.
they're contributing to some of that. But, yeah.
Because the National Geographic thing is their whole thing is to map population flows.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by that stuff. You know, I mean, I've often thought, that from the very first time I went over there, and then when we were traveling around, that whenever I get up in Scotland, I'm always thinking, these guys look a lot. I look a lot like these guys. These guys look a lot like me. And it's only the lowland Scots did.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how. And then, when we were over there in Durham, there were 4 or 5 or 6 sort of body and facial types that very, very clearly stand out as being sort of uniquely, well, first of all, very prevalent over there, and then sort of being uniquely English. Like you see that guy and you just he looks English, right? Like
English, you mean like Southern England? I mean like England
Well,
near the Scottish border, or
where we were in Durham.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I don't know, I guess all over, but there's always the big gigantic brute kind of guy, and they all seem to have the same general facial features. And then there's then there's a guy with like the weird teeth.
There's always the big brute.
Always the big brute.
Well, of course, the big book of British teeth. Not so prevalent now at all. It used to be though. I mean, the first time I went over there, it was like Brad and I had this game called Count the Visible Cavities. I mean, he's like you get talking to these guys. That I got to the point. I was kind of waiting for him to spit a chunk of filling or something out into across the into my beer or something.
Excuse me.
It's fun.
Spit out my tooth.
Well, of course, I saw a lot of bad teeth when I was working, so I mean, this didn't bother me in the slightest. Well, that was 71 when I was over there, but then after I got where, that didn't bother me then either, frankly, because hell, I went to a high school where like count the bad teeth. It was like
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
You went to a sort of a rurally country.
This was pre-fluoridated water days.
Yeah.
It was like pre-fluoridated toothpaste days. It was an act of God to get some of these guys to brush their teeth. Let alone a family of 8 living out in a house trailer somewhere.
Right. I can't afford toothpaste. Well, I mean, what did you use? Baking soda.
I'm going to tell you right now. I've done that little trick from time to time. That baking soda stuff is a bunch of shit.
I've never done.
It doesn't work. The theory is that you kill all the acidic bacteria in your mouth, and the baking soda has a certain amount of scouring effect on your teeth. Okay, that's fair enough. But guess what? It doesn't address the root cause. Because the bacteria that live in your mouth are, for the most part, damn near anaerobes, and they can live anywhere. You can't kill them with a stick. They're like people coming out of a bar in Portsmouth, Ohio on a Friday night, getting ready to pass out, and then they decide to stand up and have a fight or a gunfight, and they get shot, and then they lie down, their head gets run in the road, and they get run over, and they get flown up to Ohio State University in a helicopter, and they get put on a ventilator for like 5 weeks, and they still don't die. You can't kill some of these guys with a stick.
So mouth bacteria, folks, are like Portsmouth.
Well, no, Portsmouth. I mean, and if you have an artificial, this is actually legitimate now. If you have a heart valve, and you're brushing your teeth, and your teeth are bad, you were having a septic shower of crap, of bacteria coming out of your mouth into your bloodstream, and of course they go right down, and they go across that heart valve, and they see this heart valve, and they say, oh, that's not quite the laminar flow surface we could expect. We're going to lodge in it and make it infected, but we're going to take a long time to make it infected and destroy it. And so that when it really does happen, this guy's going to have been sick for 9 or 10 months. And he wouldn't have even realized it for the first 3 or 4. But nonetheless, he's going to be debilitated as hell. So when you brush your teeth real hard, guys, with heart valves, think about what you're showering your valves with. That's why some guys actually keep some of their patients on antibiotics all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Assuming they have their own teeth and they care about it.
Well, yeah.
I guess actually, even if they don't care about it, because it'd be even worse if they didn't care about it.
Well, that's why like, all this gum disease and stuff has been shown to contribute later on to heart disease.
Well, yes, of course. I mean, it's like this little treasure chest of crap. Look, where's it sit? Wait a minute. Here we are. Let's say mouth, heart, mouth, heart. What's below the mouth? The heart. What's gravity do? It sucks all the crap down into the heart. This isn't rocket science. A lot of it's just basic plumbing. Shit runs downhill.
Well,
it does.
Shit floats.
Well, sometimes it can float.
That's that.
Yeah, it can float.
That's that guy from that camping trip, Buggy.
Well, it's always good when you get a good floater.
Shit floats.
It's like this one guy, Mike Hill, told this great story about being at a party. There's always a great Mike Hill story from a party. And so some guy disappears from the party, and he goes in, and apparently there's like one of these things where they have like the bathroom like on the landing, and so they finally saw him sort of moving around in the bathroom on the landing.
Okay.
And he opened the window. And apparently been a real boomer or something.
A real boomer.
And you hear him flushing the toilet. Finally, he said, "So long, big fella."
So long, big fella. That Mike Hill did that, or he told that story?
No, he told the story. It was I can't remember who it was. I knew the name at one point, but it's irrelevant.
I tell you, man, there's Mike can spin a good tale.
Oh yeah, I wish he'd spin a good tale and come up here and get this $600 worth of hard-on drugs he's had me order for him, which I'm going to have to pay for, and I don't have any cash in hand for it. I may have violated some medical ethics there, but this is a financial thing that they have transcended these.
$600, man.
That's sildenafil, it's a year's worth. That's it's $500. Actually, it's $570. But still, Now the same order I had some stuff for myself, but I'm not referencing that. It's his hard-on, not mine.
Sure. So long, big fella.
So long, big fella.
Oh my gosh.
Well, of course, it's like trying to get a broomstick handle. I don't know what all this guy did, but probably he had done some of the sort of standard, without disturbing his hostess remedies. What he was hoping was it wasn't going to get clogged down there and then start overflowing, and then it'd be like ah, or then you have to try to pretend it wasn't you that did it. That would be the next. That'd be the next thing. It's
like some of these really great toilet scenes in cinema.
Did you just say cinema?
Yes.
In my house?
Yes.
To me?
We should do like
You pretentious mother.
a whole separate episode just on great toilet scenes.
I can't
in
believe you
movies.
said that. I really am taken aback.
Have you ever seen Along Came Polly? Probably not. One of the funniest toilet scenes ever is Ben Stiller.
Well, Ben Stiller, of course, is anything.
God, it's fall out of your chair funny. Oh my gosh! And then there's that scene in American Pie.
Oh, American Pie.
Where the get,
I am the Yeti.
give the kid a laxative. Man, it's good stuff.
Well, I don't know. I can't remember if I ever had. I rarely. Well, I did actually have to. You see, my mother would make these pancakes. God bless her. They were good pancakes. And around chemistry class, around 10:15 every day, I'd have to. I'd get that hypoglycemic. Well, that hyperglycemic dumping. Stuff, and have to take crap. And well, I was leaving Mr. Banna's chemistry class, which was like leaving Mr. Banna's sitting around chewing tobacco, spitting in a can class. And
so, not a lot of direct instructions.
Oh no, this guy was one of the stupidest human beings I've ever read. I mean, I'm not talking about uneducated or didn't know anything. I mean, stupid human being. I mean, we're talking stupid human being, bullet-headed, stupid human being.
Wow.
With a big gut, big gut, and he was a stupid man.
Tell us how you really feel, Dad.
But as it turned out, as fate and God would have it, he was elected to the school board. And when our chemistry and physics teacher, Dean Deerhake, God bless him, he taught me Algebra 1, one-on-one, as a favor to my dad.
When you were like, what, 8?
Well, no, when I was in like 7th or 8th grade.
Okay.
Not that the high school ever gave me credit for it. But anyway, when he took a job at Kettering High School teaching, Kettering High School is a big, high-powered high school.
Right.
It's kind of like Watterson on speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, Lebanon High School, the parents wanted somebody to fill that spot real fast. So Mr. Bannis, I have the evidence. I can pull it out, not tonight, but I can pull the evidence out to tell the story here at some point. But he decided he was going to teach chemistry. His degree was, I don't even know if he had a degree. Well, let's see, at that time you did have to have some sort of degree. I don't know what it was. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. But he was a stupid man. And so, now it took me almost a year and a third to realize that. Now I'm slowing the uptake. So next year I had him for physics. No, you said he wasn't teaching chemistry like the way that I encountered chemistry in college, with the electron shells and the energy levels and the this and the that and the energy flow and all that. No. But I was just as happy to teach myself classical chemistry anyway.
Okay.
Which I did.
Yeah.
I got like several textbooks I reviewed. So in physics, it's all this workbook-based bullshit. At that point it was. So I did experiments, demonstrations and things, and they had all these questions and things. So I decided, by that time, I'd started working for the lawyers.
Oh, okay.
And so I would write, what's your Apple Watch telling you?
Skinny just died. Rob's cat just died.
Oh, well, it's a cat.
And he wanted to know who we used to cremate Daisy.
Well, Schedinger's was our...
Schedinger.
Schedinger's does a good job. Yeah.
Let me just
in,
text him back.
in honor of Rob's cat.
She was looking pretty bad here.
Well, she's a cat. She always looks bad.
Yeah.
Ipso facto, by definition.
It's just sweeping generalizations day over here on the Joe Kersey show.
If
How do we spell this?
SCHOEDINGER, I think.
Okay.
We have one more. One longer. I really have more than 1.5 beers on any given day. Yes, it's true, guys. I'm not. Don't smoke up your fundament on that one. About 1.5. But seeing as how it's Friday, no, it's not Friday.
Sunday.
It's the. I mean, I've been up since 1:00 in the morning.
Oh Lord.
Well, I went to bed at 6:30, so I got 7 hours sleep. I hate this. I have to sit that down. I don't like to set it on the bare table. Wait a minute. No,
okay.
I was starting to tell a story.
Okay. Yeah, he's getting cranked up.
No. This is
Cranked up for a
Wait. So anyway,
yeah.
The physics workbooks. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
So, I started working for the lawyers, and so it hit me. This guy isn't even looking at these damn things. All my work came back. Wonderful. I thought, I bet you I could write complete crap, and he'd still say the same thing.
Well, but how long have you been actually doing it, though?
What?
The work.
Well, this was probably about halfway through the year. So
Oh, okay.
I'd been in this guy's class for the better part of 1.5 years.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he's probably not reading most of your stuff real closely at that point anyway. He knows you're probably doing an amazing job.
Anyway, I appreciate. Thank you very much. That's nice.
No. I mean, when I have students that are, frankly, I hate to admit it, but when I have students that are particularly talented, I'm like, all right,
I'm going to tell you, wouldn't read anybody else's either.
Oh, right,
okay. So I mean, that was the real point, I guess, which I guess you ferreted out by your line of questioning. So I wrote like the first question, like the answer would be, I was like, first you go to the treasurer's office and you get the taxes, and then the second question is, then you go to the auditor's office to be sure that they've paid the taxes. Then third, then you go to the recorder's office and you look at the deeds and the legal description and make sure there's no inconsistencies going back.
So you're writing what you do for your lawyers.
Yeah. And that's how I answered these questions in this physics workbook. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Good. Very good. You fucking stupid.
Not even reading.
No, he wasn't pretending. You would think he would have said, like, what? You might have noticed that, like, what? Are you making a joke or something? He's like, what? No.
Nothing. Just, hey, good
No,
job.
I kept that. I did that for the rest of the year.
Jesus.
Idiot. Now, I hesitate to say this, but in the interest of complete intellectual honesty, and you know I'm big on intellectual honesty.
Yes.
You know I am. You know I am.
Yes.
You can't believe how big I am on that. It's like, I don't care if I don't like the answer. I just want intellectually honest answers and discussions. This guy was the biggest tractor salesman in Warren County. Yeah. Well, I won't say the name. Implement company.
I'll be darned.
Well, of course, he was viewed as the savior of the Lebanon High School science program because he stepped in to do this.
Please tell me they eventually hired somebody else.
I don't know. By that time, I was out the fucking door.
Oh, yeah.
And you wonder, well, I'm sure, I mean, we know that's probably not happening in Old St. I know it's not probably happening in Waterside and St.
Certainly
Thomas or
not.
St. Charles.
Certainly
and,
not. Yeah. My gosh. That's awful.
Well, yeah, well, it is. That's okay. Well, I mean, then I ran into Dr. Lippincott and met Dr. Lippincott, and everything was fine. Everything was good. And in essentially 2 or 3 weeks, I ramped up to where I should have been after
Slacking off.
after slacking off. No, but see, if I hadn't done the sort of like classical chemistry before, I wouldn't have been able to understand what was going on at all, what was going on with the modern chemistry.
Right.
So it was good. I did what I did. I was interested to talk with other people in my class of that time. And maybe I might be able to meet some of them here in September. Well,
are you going?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably be. I hope to be in England at that time, but it'd be great to find out about that. What they were thinking about. I mean, because clearly, I mean, there were a few people in my class who were quite smart, and many who were smart, and they had to have known they were being sold a bill of goods.
Yes. Maybe everybody would just kind of figured since they were getting A's, then just keep your mouth shut.
Well, I mean, why make waves?
Yeah.
So, said the people on the shores of Thailand when the tsunami was rolling to wipe out their sex paradise.
Sex paradise. Jeez. Oh. Man.
Well, Epiphany went well today.
Did you read?
Yes,
No.
read. Stayed vertical. Good. No, actually, today went fairly well. Good acolyte. Josh Robinson's a good guy. He gets things squared away. And, of course, we still had the nativity scene up in front. But the great thing about the nativity is we got all these sheep. We've got these really neat sheep.
Yeah.
We've got about 15 of them.
Little.
And they tend to sometimes, in certain services, they tend to migrate out so that the platform people have to sort of, I myself over the years have knocked over 2 of them. Like.
Are they like wooden sheep?
Well, they're
like little statues.
They're like little models. They're fuzzy. They're fuzzy. They're made of wood. They're custom made. They're neat. They're cute. I mean, you'd want your child to cuddle one in bed. Yeah. But it's not like floppy, cuddly sheep. But it's like, if you wanted a harder, more firm sheep to cuddle in bed. Well, you'd have to ask that guy that was recently discovered in Malawi, I think. With the goat.
With the goat.
With a goat.
He was arrested.
Yes, with a goat.
Apparently it's a crime.
Well, there was another one from that same area here a few months back.
People must just be getting lonely over there.
Loneliness can take hold.
You're out there in the middle of your fields.
I can't say I've ever wanted a fucking animal.
It's good. It's good, Dad.
No, I can't say that's ever something that's sort of, flitted through my mind.
Well, but you never know.
Possibility. Well, it's like that great joke. The guys. Three people, 2 guys and a woman were shipwrecked on an island. It's always a desert island. There aren't that many desert islands in the world. But anyway, so shipwrecked. And they did the best they could. They struggled on for a while, and then eventually the woman died. And then after a week, they decided to bury her.
It's so terrible.
It's one of my favorite jokes. Because I'll tell you, the first time I heard it, I had to think for quite a while about that one. Because I'll tell you, necrophilia wasn't just it just really wasn't on my radar screen. That wasn't sort of like one of the things that.
Well, that just doesn't pop. That's not the first thing
Yeah, it
that
didn't pop into my head. Yeah,
that's probably pretty good.
it's like so. After a week, they decided to bury. You know, so quite often in some of these circumstances, where you're in one of these kind of like endless, tedious discussions, you know, I'll say that, and people. They kind of look at me like I'm going insane.
Takes a minute.
And I'm thinking, you know. And I said, sometimes I'll say, you really need to have heard the joke originally.
Oh,
actually, that, you know, sort of like the last 2 or 3 years at Grant, I felt that way. You know, like after a week, I was hoping somebody would bury someone. Because Lord knows, there was enough of a lead up to it going on with all the sweet deals going on.
Sweet deals at Grant.
But anywhere in medicine in Columbus, Ohio, Central Ohio. But anywhere in the United States, world for that matter.
I like the Durham Brewery.
I know, isn't that wonderful? That was so great that Tony sent that to me here. I think it was last year.
That's neat.
And yeah. Well, you know, I'll tell you, we had some Durham Brewery beer in the little cafe there in the square.
Yeah,
yeah. And it was it you and I?
Yeah.
I thought mine sucked.
Oh, I thought it was okay.
Well, you had a different one than I did.
Okay.
Yeah. No, mine sucked. I hated that. No. Well, it was really bad beer. I mean, if I hadn't paid so much for it. If it wouldn't have been bad for him, I just left on the table.
Really? It was that bad?
Yeah, it was that bad.
Maybe you must be thinking of it. Maybe you're thinking of a different visit because I thought you liked the one that we had.
Well, we went. No, I only went. The only time I've been there was with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, there it is. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Tony and I went there.
You did a good job of hiding it.
Pardon?
You did a good job of hiding it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was trying to be gracious. You know, I'm a good guy.
It wasn't the greatest beer I've ever had. But it was okay.
Well, Tony actually, you know, he ordered some stuff from, and he got sent the wrong kind, and the wrong kind he got sent, he didn't like either. I don't know what, I can't, you know, I'm sure he'll if he hears this, he'll correct it, and it's good. Well, because, you know, I mean, if I'm going to try to drink this stuff from time to time, I want to know which.
Well, yeah. Huh. What's up?
Well, I'm just enjoying it immensely. I mean, shit, this is a hell of a treat for me. I'll tell you.
I'm gonna have some water.
That's always a good.
Agua fria.
Water's is.
I'll use my favorite glass.
Water is good. Oh, anyway. As you may or not know, I've been adjusting my meds. So, on the other hand, I've had this, you know, about 4 days I've had this odd cough. I don't know. I think there's some sort of proto flu or something. And we've dodged a bullet here in Ohio about the flu this year.
Well, I'm sure I spent probably a week of vacation fighting something off. I don't know what, but I just kind of didn't feel right for.
Well, I haven't really quite felt right the last. Now today I didn't feel too bad, but you know, on the other hand, you know, you stick your face down in front of some of these older women carry all these viruses. Oh, she's gonna, and then you wipe off the cup with the rag, you know, and you think, I don't want to get that. I want to be sure I don't touch my eyes now. You know,
yeah. Yeah, I don't
get that herpetic whitlow, and you know, or touch your lip, or you know.
Yeah, yeah. I don't ever take the cup at church.
You don't?
No.
Well, you're in a big parish. That's not the issue for me. I mean, generally on the big festival days, I don't at our church because I don't, But the rest of them, I know on most days I've been immunologically exposed to. So, on the other hand, in England, I take it all the time, but they don't give you enough to. You don't have enough of a chance to get your mouth on that thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you got these little. It's like a little. It's almost like a giant tablespoon. It's like 2 giant tablespoons of wine.
The only time I ever take the cup is when I'm actually handing out communion, and we're up there on the altar because we don't do the cup for the school masses anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I noticed that when I was there that one time.
Yeah, for
Well,
the
a couple
school masses,
times,
we just
actually.
So, well, it would take too long. So, but I always that's the
Well,
only time I do
plus you'd get some of these kids bogarting the cup.
it. Some of the 8th graders.
Yeah, they'd want to. I'll tell you who was it? The Ross kids. The Ross kids. Even when there were 2 or 3, I mean they'd suck half that wine out of that goblet. And what was there was there? Oh, all these this family that moved off to Pittsburgh with the delinquent kids. They drain that shit down right off the bat
with the delinquent kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, their mother was a social worker, so of course they were ill behaved.
Yeah.
She always doing this. She was always doing this, and I thought she was going to fill up the boys' asses. She really ran her hand all over them all the time. I mean, we're not talking about like 5-year-olds. We're talking about like teenage guys.
Yeah. Yeah. There was one time I was it graduation? It was either graduation or confirmation, but I ended up having to kind of fill in a pinch. So I ended up handing out doing the cup at I think it was, but it might have been graduation. Anyway, but we didn't get a lot of action on the cup there.
I was at your graduation.
No, one of my 8th graders graduations. Yeah. And just didn't get a lot of action on the cup, and so we get back, we get back over to the little corner there where the tabernacle is.
I love it.
There's like this freaking much wine left in the cup.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And I'm like,
just suck it down.
I'm like, you have to. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll suck it down. So then this other mom comes back. She had even less action. She had this much. She goes, look at all this wine. I can't drink this. She goes, here.
You can.
And I was like, oh, okay.
I wish that would happen up at the damn.
So
St. Peter's.
I ended up having to suck down basically 2 full cups of wine.
This guy puts in. I'll tell you. This guy puts in probably. I can't recall anything more left more in the bottom of the chalice than about this with this dude at the 8:30 service. Now I don't know, or 8 o'clock service. I don't know. Maybe the 10 o'clock service. Maybe he's got like a ocean in there left over. I don't know. Now our interim, I had I think he was one of the guys that liked to have a little, give him the flushing and this and all. But there was always enough left over, but he never offered any to me.
He always killed it on.
Oh, he always killed that bastard off himself.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, I don't know. Depends. I mean, it depends on. I don't mind helping with that. I certainly don't mind doing my share. But. So this guy's going to be formally installed on the.
Oh, that's right. It hasn't happened yet.
No. Let's see, the 15th. No, 16th. That's a Wednesday night. And Bishop Price is coming up. And going to do the Bishop Price.
All right.
But it's 7:30 at night.
Oh.
So
yeah, that's not really.
I'm not going to do that.
I suppose you could Uber over, but. That's a pain
Now,
in the
I'm
neck.
not going to Uber up to St. Peter.
That's a haul, really.
To watch this guy get, and listen to all the hoo-ha and stuff, Usually they do that on a Sunday service. And
that's kind of odd.
The bishop comes up and, Bridenthal clearly has a hard-on about us. And Bridenthal should do it.
Is that the bishop?
Yeah, that's the actual, Price is a nice guy. He's the suffragan bishop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Bridenthal by rights, after what he put us through, ought to do it. I think it sucks that he's not going to come and install this guy on a Sunday.
Yeah, that seems odd to me. Like, why wouldn't he?
I think he's feeling guilty about what he did to us. Oh, I don't know if maybe Lambeth's on or something. Lambeth is getting ready to happen. The Lambeth Conference. But that usually happens in summer, Northern Hemisphere summer.
Interesting.
No, I don't know.
But you've already seen this guy, and
Oh no, he's fine. No, he's fine.
Priest
No, he's all right.
What's his name?
David Kendall Sperry. Yeah, he's a very reasonable fellow. No, he's slick. Your mother, I would love if your mother could have met this guy, because she'd have his number right away, and her first comment would be, "He's too slick. I don't trust him." That's the refrigerator kicking off.
Oh, okay.
No, that's exactly what she said.
He's too slick.
Well, you've seen her when she says stuff like that. You know exactly
her jaw
what
starts sticking out.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if this would be jaw thrusting out stage at that point.
Oh,
but maybe after a couple more glasses, it might hit that. Yeah. When the feeling of personal attack set in. Have you heard from your Uncle Pete?
No.
Really? No, I wouldn't expect so.
No, we had one or two conversations right around the time she died.
That's what you said.
And that was,
yeah.
I said, I'll let you know when I decide to finally do something with these ashes. And I haven't done anything with the ashes yet. He's got his own problems. He's got I told you all this stuff, yeah. So,
Well,
and then
aside from the psychoticness?
Well, I mean, he's got, I think, so Aunt Nina's, she's going batty.
Well, going?
Well, I mean, you know what I mean. Like, demented.
Yeah.
And then he's got, like a permanent feeding tube.
No, what?
I told you this.
No, tell me. Revert my memory.
I forget what.
Is it gastrostomy or is it like down his nose?
It's.
Oh, he's got a gastrostomy?
Yeah. And I forget why. So there's something wrong with his throat.
Oh, has he got esophageal cancer?
No.
Pharyngeal cancer?
No.
Complete dysphagia from a stroke?
He had there's some sort of a gland or a cyst or something in there that is basically makes it so he can't swallow.
Zenker's cyst? Zenker's diverticulum?
That could be right. That sounds right.
That's easily excised.
Well, for whatever reason,
they have to excise it. They just go from the side and drain it.
For whatever reason, he's opted not to do that. So apparently, he's had this like feeding hole.
Well, I'll tell you, he's an intelligent man, but he's an idiot if he didn't have that Zenker. My mother had a Zenker's diverticulum.
Well, I don't remember the exact cause, but it wasn't cancer. It was due to a narrowing of the esophagus.
Well,
for whatever reason,
you can dilate those with bougies. I used to do that. I know. I used to do that a lot. It was always fun.
Yeah.
You'd hold down these kids and you'd grease that down. Then you get the bigger one. You grease it up, and then they could eat for a few more weeks.
Well, I don't know. This guy just dumps his can of Ensure.
You were helping the kids, eat by making their esophagus big enough for them to swallow.
There you go.
And that's what they could do to your brother. No,
My-
your in-law. No.
My uncle.
Oh, your uncle. That's right. He's your uncle-in-law. Well,
No,
uncle-in-law.
he's just straight up uncle.
Well, that's right. No, he's a blood uncle. And
Yeah.
yeah, he's a blood uncle.
Anyway, so no, I haven't heard from him or any of them.
Well, how's that one insane boy swallowing?
Which insane?
Oh, the what's that dude? I see. I conflate his insane boy with Faith's. No, it's the same one. No, he's the Las Vegas dealer.
Oh, Craig. Yeah, I don't know.
The closeted /bi/straight/ card dealer.
I don't know. He's. I mean, again, I never heard from him.
Well, you wouldn't want to hear from him.
From his one of his sisters. I guess he's still married to one of these.
Which one?
I don't know.
Well, no, there's one that's reliable. There's one that's not.
Well, this was the Karen. So the
Well, she's a nut.
So I guess he's married to
Fucking
some,
Karen.
Cambodian,
Oh, so okay, so
Yeah.
he's into the mail. He's one of the mail order bride dudes.
Yeah. So this is the second one now. Because the first one ran off on it.
You run into these videos by these guys every now and again on YouTube. I don't know how they get stuck in my feed, but they're like, why would you mail order bride? I've gotten videos about mail order brides from any of the Asian countries for the most part, and then of course you have Russia, the Russian mail order videos. It's like nothing like a little light sex slavery on YouTube when you go through your feed.
Yeah, I don't know. So he's still out there in Vegas. So I don't know. Yeah, I haven't heard from any of them. Which is fine.
Is this Friday? No, this is Sunday night. And it's starting all over again.
It's Sunday.
It's Sunday. It's starting all over.
It's Sunday at 3:47
Eastern
p.m.
Time.
Eastern Standard Time. I'm a little discombobulated, just out of whack. Kelly and I stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning, binge watching some of the first season of, or rewatching some of the first season of 6 Feet Under.
Oh, by the way, I enjoyed immensely while I was lying in my bed trying to get to sleep the other night. It was like, ding. Oh, it's you. I better look at time. Ding.
Was asking about Bob Seger? Yeah, I got a
Yeah, Bob. Yes. How is that? So are you going?
No, I'm not going.
Well, I mean, I gave up. I didn't even think about looking anymore after I found out that the tickets were so expensive, and that was back when I first heard about it.
Well, they're still real expensive.
Well, how expensive?
Well, I got on StubHub and looked, and the cheapest seats where you could get like 2 seats together were now $194 a pop, and I was like,
I enjoyed it when we got the $280 each.
Well, and I was saying to Kelly, I'm like, look, if I could get them for $100 or $120 a piece, maybe I'll go for it. But $194.
Oh, I'd gladly reimburse you for $120 on that. But I mean, that's I don't know, and I don't know. I mean, what's the thing?
Oh, now it's January 13th.
Okay, so it's relatively earlier. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I could go. I mean, it's just hard to say, and but I'm not going to pay that much.
No, that's $194 a seat for a crummy seat. That's not even a good seat.
I greatly enjoyed, the evening. That was November 4th, 2000. Well, I got the ticket and stuff
Wasn't
up
that
there.
long ago?
No, well, it was November 4th, 2011, I think.
Was it that long ago?
I think I have to look. And yeah,
it's a good show.
that was a great show. It was a great show, and I mean that's the first time I'd ever seen one of these big deal rock concerts. Yeah.
Well, other than that U2 show you bought a
Well,
like a last minute ticket for.
well, but I was on the third.
Yeah,
and
you're way up in the
I
nosebleeds.
had my ear protectors on.
Yeah.
So I was actually slightly positioned behind the front row,
Yeah.
front line of the band.
Couldn't even really see very well. Yeah.
No, I could see. I could see great. I could see better than you could. Oh, yeah. Because I was seeing all the shit going on stage and backstage. Yeah. And I saw that drummer that went on for damn near 2 hours nonstop. That's got to be physically exhausting.
Oh, I know. I can't imagine.
I kept waiting for that stupid blinking car they had suspended over the arena to fall down and kill about 50 fucking people. Idiots. Or Bono to have some sort of, stroke, because he's been so self-righteous that he couldn't, his brain couldn't sustain that anymore, so he just had to have his brain explode. Bono. Blow his sunglasses off in the third tier, and some lucky fan would go like a baseball in a game, when they get some fella. Hey, I got Bono sunglasses.
He
Bono. Who names himself that?
Well, he didn't. That was a nickname that was given to him.
Bono.
For Bono Vox.
Oh, do explain.
Well, Bono Vox, as we all know in Latin, is basically what? Good voice.
Good voice.
Good voice. So.
Well, I don't know. I didn't think he had a particularly good voice either. I've heard lots of other rock singers with better voices than Bono.
What's the cause of death? He was so self-righteous, his head exploded.
Yeah, well, you could probably write that on a lot of death certificates nowadays,
man. Head explosion due to self-righteousness. Oh God.
So you'll start back into it tomorrow?
Back at it tomorrow.
And then you go to what, Easter break or Holy Week? Or Holy break or
I don't remember how we're doing it this year.
I just got the liturgical calendar today. I mean, Easter's kind of late this year. So yeah.
Yeah, so I think this year...
Well, we talked about that the other night.
They've changed it up. We're going to go to a standard spring break, and then we're going to have a separate floating Easter break. So we're going to get a week off at some point here, I think in like late March or early April. And then wherever Easter falls, then we'll get like a couple extra days off there.
I get up and find it for you. It's on my new liturgical calendar that I picked up at church today.
My new liturgical calendar.
Yeah,
so
I thought I was getting you one. Although there's some points in which the Episcopal and the Roman Catholic lectionaries differ.
Very rarely. There are a few spots.
Not often, yeah. Well, oftentimes you might be doing what we would call track 2, and when we're doing track 1.
How many tracks do you have?
Well, 1 and 2 for during the ordinary time, non sort of big deal times things. I'm not talking about the daily office stuff that goes, year 1, year 2, all that kind of stuff. I don't know if you do that at all, but
well, for Sundays we have cycle A, B, and C.
Yeah.
And then for weekdays, we have year 1, year 2, year 2.
So you have a 3-year thing on
the weekday
daily office stuff. Yeah. Okay. Well, we don't do that. So we just have the 2. Okay.
Now I want to see how to check my phone. All right, hold on here. Calendar. Where's my calendar? So calendar. In March, April. So spring break starts. So I'm on spring break from March 25th
Huh?
through
Annunciation.
the 29th. And then classes resume April 1st. And then Easter's later than that. And then Easter is
It's like 21st, I think.
And then April, yeah. So Easter is the 21st.
Yeah.
So then I get like a little Easter vacation.
Well,
So we'll have Holy Thursday off, Friday off.
It's one of the it's one of the later Easters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll have probably Monday and Tuesday off after that. Or Monday off after Easter Monday off.
We always used to get, Good Friday and then Easter Monday.
we get Good Friday, we get Easter Monday, and then Father Matt doesn't like and then he doesn't want to have school on Thursday either. So he makes us take Holy Thursday off.
Well, I think he's wise that way. I'm going to cough here now. I've always been surprised you guys did Monday, Thursday off.
Yeah, I actually was too. So,
when you were in the lower, when you were going through the system, did you have? I don't recall you having Monday, Thursday off.
I don't recall having it off. I think most of the time we didn't.
I wonder what the Lutherans do up in Fort Wayne.
Why do we care about Lutherans?
Well, because if I had realized that there were all these really good Lutheran schools in Fort Wayne, I would have had you in that. And those in a heartbeat. And so, which now I don't think there are Lutheran schools around here. Well, there are actually. If you found out. Now I'm not congruent with a lot of, but some Lutheran theology. But it would have been interesting to have seen how you would have responded had you been exposed to, as you call it, the deformation.
No, it's not the deformation.
Right off the bat.
The so-called Reformation.
The so-called Reformation. Well, you were calling it a deformation in the night.
No.
You were jokingly calling it the deformation.
Well, that's funny. I should.
Well, I thought I thought that was
So-called.
probably a pretty good strike too.
So-called Reformation. Catholic light. That's all Lutherans are. They're just Catholic light.
Well, yes, and see, and that was what the Reformers finally settled on. They said, Luther started out with a good riff, and then, he got, and see, I said, well, it's a real, no, but Luther always held on to more than the real presence, say, and like it, I don't care if there's 8 people in the entire Northern Hemisphere that think about Eucharistic theology anymore. I really don't. But the fact of the matter is, all of this upset started over 2 issues. Justification by faith and transubstantiation. Well, 3. And papal supremacy. Those are the 3 issues that started all of this. And I got thinking about, you keep talking about the one true church. Well, see, in nice business, one holy Catholic and apostolic church.
Yeah.
Well, see, to me, that's the body of all believing baptized Christians, regardless of what sect or denomination or church or building they attend. That to me is what it means. But I have a feeling for you, it means far more than that in terms of this whole body of tradition that's come down and is supposed to have the same import as Scripture. Am I attributing something to you that's untrue?
Well, the one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church can include that tradition, certainly, but
I mean that meaning like all believing Christians?
Well, not necessarily. No, because the apostolic part,
well,
all believing Christians don't have an apostolic role in it because they don't have apostolic succession.
Yes,
so, I would include.
We do.
I would be. Yes, you do. You're like the only church that can claim that, really, other than the Catholic rites.
Well, I mean, the problem came, I think, where it started was certainly the Methodists. You know, well, the Presbyterians, they made no bones. They weren't going to be
Right.
Episcopal.
Right.
Okay. But if you're saying one Holy Catholic and Apostolic Church refers to the body of the religion in whatever form it takes, traditions, scripture, teachings, preaching the word,
Sure.
preaching the word, which is a big deal, I mean, preaching the word, like the preaching of
Yeah.
the word is almost the same thing as an apostolic interaction with some of the Swiss churches.
Yeah.
And, Barth, read Karl Barth, on that. And, I think you're niggling a bit over that one phrase.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you
and I understand you're doing it for rhetorical.
If you mean church as in the body of Christ, right?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
all believing Christians are the body of Christ.
There you go. Okay. Yes, that's what I mean. Yes.
I would go out. Yes,
Yeah.
that's yes.
Yeah, that's the way I've always used it.
All believing Christians are the body of Christ.
Well, once I found out, enough about to think intelligently about it.
But when I kid you about, come on back to the one true church.
Oh, I know.
That's
a lot of fun.
That is.
Yeah.
But that
I have as much fun about that as you do, actually.
If St. Paul were alive today, he'd be writing some angry letters to some people. Right? That's all I'm saying.
Well, no, I mean,
Dear.
and they would be probably just as fucking incomprehensible. and you'd have to read them, like 89 damn times before you got the first pass meaning out of them, It's not like you whip that out at the breakfast table.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, I got a letter from Paul today.
Hey, kids, come on in.
He's in some backwater, and what is this? San Antonio? What? Columbus, Ohio?
Oh no, Paul's been imprisoned in Fort Worth. Oh goodness. That's good stuff.
I mean, you think about it, Romans is probably the most subtle piece of, admittedly it was written in Greek. But even people who understand Greek, it's probably one of the subtle pieces of Greek writing in the Greek language from that era, and probably of all time. And that's why it's so hard to translate into English. I mean, the first time I read Romans, it's like, there were two or three parts that were accessible. Nothing will ever separate you from the love of Christ. That's very accessible. Later on, the five thing. What was it? Perseverance, character, suffering, perseverance, character. Hope stuff. And that. And then later on, you get the stuff like this, Paul's thorn. And then where in Corinthians 3, or 2 rather, where he implies that he's had a vision of God. Although he's not, can't say. I suppose if he were to unleash that statement at one of President Trump's news conference, and you had Jim Acosta going after him, maybe Paul would have come out and demonstrated the fact that he was actually, an advocate for maybe not so much nonviolence on that one. No, he's, and there's several things I want read at my funeral, and Romans 8 is one of them, and Romans 5 is another one.
Can make that happen.
And John, first part of John, obviously. the two parts of Revelation with Alpha and Omega in it. Galatians, stand fast, therefore I, in the liberty where Christ has made us free.
The old answering machine.
Pardon?
It's your old answering machine message.
Well, I mean, those are gone.
Yeah.
I've got Psalm 90, Psalm 39, Psalm 86, Psalm 25. Psalm 139 is my very, very favorite in its entirety. I mean, all these in their entirety by the Coverdale versions from Book of Common Prayer. What's the great thing? Some of these great Lutheran hymns. Well, of course, and then the Welsh hymn, Almighty, Hidden in Light, Rock of Ages, Old Rugged Cross. The Seek Ye First the Kingdom of God thing. On and on, over and over.
Okay, we're going to have to write some of that down. That's a lot.
Yeah, so it's not a standard thing. I mean, if worst comes to worst and you get some guy giving you a hard time, just say, I got the 1662 Book of Common Prayer, let's go out and stand by the hole in the ground. I'll read the service out of the prayer book. I forgot, I was going to write, the entire chapter 15 of Corinthians, 1:15. Which has got a lot of stuff, and then the great prayers.
Oh, yeah.
Toss me down the hole and screw the hole shut.
Toss me
Well,
down the hole.
the hymns are great. I mean, the hymns for me are what make a funeral. I mean, when somebody stands up and talks about me, I don't give a fuck. And maybe you'll talk, maybe you won't. Frankly, all the people I've ever known that have been close to me that talked about their dead parents said it's a very bad idea for the close family member to do that. And unless they're civically prominent in town for anybody else to do that. And frankly, my God forbid that I die before this guy leaves. But if I do, you've got to tell him to basically shut the fuck up for the most part, because he doesn't know me. He doesn't know me at all. If you want, show some of my fucking YouTube videos. I'm very serious. I'm very serious.
Oh,
I said, you want to see what my dad's like? Look
there
at
you
that.
go.
There you are. Yeah. And that's why I started doing it. So, I bet you some bitches cut off already. I don't know.
How do you even tell?
Well, all I have to do is you got to put the fucking cursor back on.
there you
Let's
go.
see. Oh, I think we are. Are we still doing it? Hey, look at that.
Look at that. Oh, that's a long one.
It's always a long one with me. So I'm going to say bye-bye. I think we'll say bye-bye, and then we'll make some more private matters here. But
Bye, YouTubers.
there you go, dudes. It's like Back to the Future here in England, here with Joe and Thomas here on the Island of Peace in Delaware County on Alum Creek. Bye-bye.